In the previous episode, cinnamon rolls!
The victim, identified as Rose Pamela Cooper, 33 years old, working as a real estate agent, discovered lying in a pool of blood in her two-bedroom flat with the words "Help me" repeatedly written on the walls.
Hello everybody, welcome back to The Letter. On the previous episode, we got cinnamon rolls and Rose died. Yay! Our favorite character dead! Great, who are we going to be cheering on now, I guess? Oh well, let's continue. Oh yeah, and we were playing as Hannah! Alright, one sec. Okay, Luke dislikes me. Well, there goes my good mood. Wait, he actually says it, doesn't he?
Well, there goes my good mood.
Well, there goes my good mood. Alright.
Are you happy now, Hannah?
Never happy. Why must he treat me this way? No, yeah, fuck you, defend myself.
Yes, I am very happy, Luke. Because for once in a very long time, we are doing what I want.
Yas, queen. Oh, he actually liked that. Damn. He likes to be dominated.
I'm ecstatic. Understood? And this would be perfect if you stop acting like a child who needs their nappy changed.
Yes.
We will be leaving after lunch for the Ermengarde mansion. You are going to park your rear in the car and keep mum. And you are going to behave during the tour.
If you don't know, keep mum means keep quiet. Needless to say, Luke looks a bit shocked at my little outburst. He opened and closed his mouth a few times, struggling to reply before he crosses his arms and looks like, well, a moping child.
Any more rules for this little excursion of yours, Your Highness?
No wine.
No wine?
No wine!
Unacceptable! I am already not allowed to the tasting, and you would deprive me of that simple pleasure?
If I see you take one sip today, I will put the stocks under lock and key. Do you understand me?
Don't forget the bottles he keeps in his dresser.
Damn, you have an
What
issue.
say you on?
How many times in one day can you ask that?
As many times as I need you, traitor.
The ride to the mansion is quiet, with Luke having stared out the window the entire way, not paying attention to anything around him. Meanwhile, I am conflicted. I don't know if I should apologize for changing his plans like that. Nah, girl. But by the time we arrive at the mansion and I see his eyes light up in genuine interest, apologizing is the last thing on my mind. The whole affair with the Ermengarde mansion is certainly an interesting experience. The place had been renovated and restored by the owners to what they claimed to be acceptable standards. The mansion itself looks like something befitting a fairy tale or a period piece. It is tastefully decorated and, with a little bit of love and attention, I'm sure it can be a place Luke and I call home. And the number of other prospective buyers that have come from the powerful and wealthy of Luxbourne certainly did not disappoint, marking this estate as prime property. It's free real estate. The Lees are amongst the group who went with the Rose woman, and I saw a few other notable faces, though I did not really feel like mingling. Unfortunately for every one of them, the Wrights are interested in buying. What's been bugging my mind, however, is that Isabel. Bad blood. What's been bugging my mind, however, is that Isabel... Oh, it's weird seeing her as a character and not a picture in the bottom left. What is her problem? I still don't quite understand what is happening. Okay, I'm flip-flopping between Hannah and my voice. I'm just going to keep narrating it as myself. One moment she is scrambling to give us the paperwork to finalize the sale, then she is panicking over some sort of prank letter or another. The second thing on my mind is how touchy my darling husband is being towards the poor dear. I cannot even plaster a smile on my face, a horrid scowl taking its place. There is no way I can pretend nothing is wrong as I hum.
And I'm sure little Lily here would certainly appreciate it if you remove your pretty hands from her, darling.
Oh, this is when everyone started touching Annabelle's shoulders. He is quick enough to detach his hand, which is all that the girl needs to, well, for lack of a better word, escape.
I think I need to step out for a while. I'll be back.
Her partner follows, shouting after her without hesitation. There is an awkward air among us as we are left in the wake of whatever that was. The others murmur and gossip with each other, speaking of the poor, daft girl and telling the tale to whoever was not audience to the fact in the first place. It doesn't take too long for the woman, Rose, to return and pull us aside into the study for what I rightfully assume is damage control. Rose invites Marianne in too, hoping to apologize to her as well. But the woman refuses, saying she's not one of her clients anyway. That leaves myself, Rose, and Luke, the last all too eager to make himself comfortable in a study he's no doubt already claimed as his own.
I can't apologize enough about what just happened. Please forgive Isabella.
Oh my god, I was also calling her Isabel.
She's been under a lot of pressure lately. She's young and all those rumors about this being haunted just got to her head. And it must be this terrible heat too. Not a drop of rain for days now.
Oh, it's fine. The poor girl must feel so embarrassed about what she just did. But I say, let bygones be bygones. After all, she's only a child.
Woof.
She looked, what, 19?
I shoot Luke an accusing look at these words. What does that mean? After all, he tried flirting with the girl. The nerve of him. Alright, one sec. How old is Hannah? Okay, it doesn't say how old she is. I'm gonna guess 30. And not only is that Isabel girl, but also Mary Ann and Rose too. What kind of husband would think that it's even remotely a good idea to make moves on 3 different women while his wife stands there? Did he drink while I wasn't looking?
She's a bit older than that. But again, I apologize. And if there's any way I can make up for what just happened, just...
I know what you can do. Be a darling flower and get us one of those bottles you plan to serve.
What?
Pop it open.
We were planning on serving some champagne. I can get that.
That would be lovely. Much obliged.
Do you want a glass as well, Ms. Wright?
Oh no, I'm fine. I really shouldn't be drinking right now.
Is she pregnant? And Luke shouldn't be either. But right now... Okay, Luke is also pregnant. But right now I am just too tired for any sort of argument. I don't have the heart to scold him in public. As well, I am certainly not his mother. I just want to get this horrid day done with, go home and sleep. Perhaps I'll even have a strong cuppa before I head off to bed. Oh my god. I'm one of those people who, if I drink any kind of caffeine, I can't sleep. Like, ugh. The people who, like, they drink, like, a shot of espresso or a cup of tea or a cup of coffee and then they immediately go to bed and sleep, like, 8 hours. It astounds me. Yes, that sounds nice. When Rose comes back with the champagne, I beckon her over. As I have told her partner before, I have every intent of acquiring this house. I might as well, even if I'm having second thoughts about getting it for Luke. The moment we, the Wrights, had expressed interest in this place, we've had eyes set on us. If we don't buy it, that might as well be the signal to have busybodies gossip about how we may or may not have lost our fortune. Regardless of the fact that it is false, image is everything when dealing with these people. These are the unspoken rules for people such as ourselves. And besides, I really did like the place. Why, everything here is absolutely wonderful. Well, except for this ugly painting in the study. It looks like a bad fake of an Edvard Munch painting.
Here's the deal. I'm willing to pay 10% higher than your listing price.
Sheesh.
If anyone tries to outbid us, just add another 5%. I doubt anyone can, of course. Or, you know what? Just add 15% to the listing price, and we can sign all the paperwork now.
Sheesh.
I guess, if that's what you want. That won't be any trouble. I don't have all the papers now. Didn't think this would be a quick sell. I'll have copies sent to you so you can look over them. And if you'd still like to finish the rest of the tour with Isabella's group, you're more than welcome to.
No, I think we're good here. We'd appreciate a private tour of the place a lot more, I think.
Oh, damn.
All right. Should I let Marianne in, then?
Mary Ann? Oh, right! She's been waiting outside the study this whole time, hasn't she? I'll need to have a little chat with her to move this little mansion project forward.
Please do.
Oh my god, I can't decide whether to do Hannah's voice or whether to do my voice. Her pretentious voice is so much fun, though. There is a look of apprehension when the other woman enters the study. Yet, like a professional, I see the moment when she steels herself and masks her worry. Admirable.
We have this project then?
Of course. Will you be needing anything from us?
Having the floor plans would be a great start, just so that I can look at them beforehand. And if you could tell me when you're available for a meeting so that I can include it in my calendar?
Oh, is a meeting really all that necessary, Marianne? I guess we can send Johans to help you out. You two can start by getting rid of this ugly painting.
This fucking thing just scared, like, it's not even a jump scare, it's still making me go like, A hush falls upon the room at my request.
What painting?
And lo and behold, the painting is gone. In its place, a mirror stands, which leaves me to look at my own confused expression. Right, she doesn't have an expression.
Odd. Well, no matter. Back to the topic at hand. Marianne, dear, we are simply far too busy to meet up.
I love how the music just, like, the tense music just stops. Or perhaps maybe I should free up my schedule, question the need for a meeting. Okay, so I feel questioning the need for a meeting would, I think if I free up my schedule, maybe Marianne will like me more. What is our relationship right now? It's pretty neutral. I mean, I can't remember what else I had planned, so.
But I guess we can free up a day to meet with you.
Yay!
I don't really need another Maudlin Monday reading about Maury anyway. The book club can function without me for one day. What time shall we be seeing each other? How does lunch sound?
Besides, my house has a higher priority of a book club. Why, we can hold the next meeting in this place. Surely the beauty and grandeur of it all will inspire spirited and lively debates about whether modern-day writers could match up to the classics. I might as well clear up the rest of my week to handle whatever affairs buying this mansion requires of me. Any social activity can be put off until the Ermengarde, or rather, the right mansion's great debut. I'll have my fill of great parties and gatherings, especially when I organize them myself.
That sounds good.
And then not, huh?
Although, with a project of this scope, we might need most of the day to tackle your concerns. A more thorough inspection of the place is also preferable.
Breakfast then. It's a date.
It's really not.
Oh, Marianne.
All right. Monday. 10 o'clock sharp.
Breakfast?
We'll see you then.
Actually, Mary Ann suggests that we meet at 9, but who is even awake at that unholy hour? For work, I get up at 7. I was lucky enough to wake up this morning before Luke went all the way to Cardiff. We say our goodbyes, shake hands, and make it clear without outright saying that we now own this house. By the time we left the mansion ground, sunset is almost upon us.
So, you really want to buy this place then? That's a bit of a big impulse buy, even coming from you. Not that I'm complaining.
This angle, why is he shaded in blue? He looks evil.
Well, I'm glad you're not complaining like you usually do. It's a right and proper Christmas miracle, isn't it? Hannah has finally done something right.
I refuse to look at him, staring at the passing scenery instead.
Hey, Buttercup, what's with this cheek?
Rose, Lily, Mint. The nerve, Luke, the nerve!
Is that what this was about? One, that woman's name was Rose.
Did she call him Mint? Rose, Lily, Mint. She did say Rose.
And two, you know I don't mean a word of that empty flirting.
Ugh.
And it's still the principle of things, Luke. I understand if you try to woo them to get what you want when it seems that I'm not looking, but I told you once before not to do it when I'm there.
Luke dealt with other women in the past to get what he wanted. Sometimes I have my doubts. I really want to believe that I am an exception, that he is not just using me like how he used those other girls. I'm having a hard time believing that now. And isn't it just the shameless flirting? There's something about Mary Ann woman, as if Luke is familiar with her. As much as it shames me, it makes jealousy rear its ugly head. I am, suffice to say, ticked off.
Really? I forfeit my trip to Cardiff for this, and you're still not happy.
Oh, trust me, Luke. I am very happy. Very happy that, for once, we are doing something that I want.
Okay, I love Hannah's angry face, but at the same time, what is she doing with her arms?
Can you not see the smile on my face?
It is only when I let loose those words that the truth hits me like a slap in the face. And by the looks of it, it seems to have the same effect on my dear darling husband. It has always been Luke wants to do this and Luke wants to do that, hasn't it? I don't even remember the last trip we went to, which was my own choosing, without needing to get the man's approval. On the other hand, I was pulling along to every single expedition he wished to tackle, and I never objective. Sounds like she's in an abusive relationship. ... The rest of the ride home is spent ignoring each other, pretending the other didn't exist. Sheesh. Arriving at our penthouse, my first order of business is to get into bed. Forget a hot bath and forget the tea, I just want to bury myself in blankets and forget everything in my slumber. It seems that Luke has the same idea in mind as he tags along behind me. But this is something I will not allow the moment I pass through the door.
Out.
What the bloody hell, woman? This is my bedroom too!
Luke stands flabbergasted as I deny him entry into our chambers. It is such an unhealthy relationship. His pillows lie on the cold, tiled floor away from the warmth of our soft down bed, and my gaze promises him the same fate if he does not budge on this matter.
Don't even try to argue, because I am very cross with you, Luke Wright. You can take the second bedroom or the guest room if you wish. But I do not want to see you at all for the rest of the night.
Johans!
Our butler wanders over, a curious expression on his face. He doesn't quite hurry, moving at a relaxed pace no matter how angry his master sounded.
No, you are not allowed to sleep in my room, sir.
Johans!
That's not what I mean! Help me talk some sense into her!
Oh, I accidentally pressed the next button.
There is no sense in questioning her right to be angry, sir. So, if I might be excused, I'll go prepare the second bedroom for you.
I hope Johans doesn't die. He might be my new favorite character. I have to keep a straight face as he stomps away in defeat.
Mutiny! This is mutiny!
Love to see an angry Luke.
The system is being upturned, and the people are rioting, and everything is left asunder.
Ah, I love the drama. It isn't every day that Luke is rendered speechless by someone he considers inferior, or to yield to another authority without an ulterior motive. He is not rendered speechless. His pride just won't allow it. I do keep telling the man to treat his people better. He may throw whatever fits he wants, but he will not be getting his way tonight. Victorious, I celebrate by jumping face first onto our bed. Undignified, yes, but nobody is here to judge me anyway. Right? Nobody is here to tell me what to do. Yet, as I succumb to sleep, I can hear them whisper to me. I can hear them whispering. Calling for me. They want me. Need me. They drown me, pull me down, and suffocate me in their embrace until I sink to the bottom. A deep abyss awaits, inviting yet foreboding. They're calling to me from in there, aren't they? And I do want to help, I do. But when I try to reach out, something pulls me back like a hook sinking itself into my stomach. Ooh. And I break through the surface with a gasp. Alone in bed and without Luke to hold the covers, I'm swathed in cloth and slicked with sweat. It takes me a while to untangle myself and kick them all off. Both the bed and I are a right mess at the end of it all, but I am more than eager to just get up and go out for some fresh air. October 26th, Wednesday. Okay, so there's been a time skip. During the open house, Hannah pressured the estate agent to sell her the mansion. The Wrights also met their interior designer, but displeased with her husband's flirtatious attitude, a disagreement brewed during the ride home. Inevitably, they ended up sleeping in different bedrooms at night. The days past had gone by a blur. We hadn't talked much, Luke and I, outside of necessity. In fact, we've hardly talked beyond the topic of acquisitions of properties. Properties being the mansion, obviously. Everything has been so busy that I haven't talked to anyone outside of business, and it is just stressing. So one can understand my need for a good chat, preferably over a good meal. There are times when any decent, emotionally healthy, and socially capable person need a good friend. One who will talk to them without the conversation degrading or turning into an argument. Or barring a nearby friend, I have an interior designer under a confidentiality agreement to listen to me. Ugh. Keep it professional, Hannah.
Up, higher, come on now!
Love the echo. The place is bustling with movers, carrying furnishings here and there, along with several trunks of personal belongings taken from our penthouse. I can hear Luke barking at them in the other room, making sure nothing is handled carelessly or gets stolen.
Careful now! I know your pictures are framed by cheap plastic, but those are framed by African blackwood and are one-of-a-kind commissioned paintings. Each one is easily worth a lifetime of what you lot make.
It is hard to tune him out. The walls did not do a good job muffling him at all. But then again, it is Luke. I would still hear him ranting, even if we were on opposite sides of the mansion and I'm wearing earplugs.
I'd really like to thank you for inviting me to breakfast, Mrs. Wright.
I thought they would have bring breakfast the next day. It's been like a week.
But I already ate, so I should really go back to work.
Nonsense! You arrived so early. You must not have gotten a proper meal.
Woof, Marianne's trying to be professional and Hannah's not having it.
Our butler has made a surprisingly lovely bubble and squeak.
Bubble and squeak is like leftovers. Like, put together. And cooked, I don't know. It's like a meal hash brown, I don't know. I don't know how to describe it, I don't like it.
Sit, sit! I'd situate us in the dining hall, but it is a mess right now. Oh, Johans!
The man in question appears, ready with a tray as he starts to set a table for us. We sit in silence as we are each served a plate. Bubble and squeak topped with a nicely poached egg, cherry tomatoes and other garnishes adorning the edges of the plate. That is not a poached egg. A cup and saucer and a teapot with some Earl Grey is placed down for Marianne, and I ask for an orange juice. Orange Julius? So an orange Julius is frozen orange juice, concentrate, milk, vanilla, sugar, and ice. I've never heard of it. Also, that's not a poached egg. Also, I don't like Earl Grey. Earl Grey tastes like oranges. Blech.
How are you liking the project?
Drop that vase and I'll have your head. I know it's only an 8 million yen vase, but I swear I'll...
Why is he doing it in yen?
Well, it's certainly a fun challenge, incorporating the designs of a Jacobean manor and the functionality of a modern household. I have ideas I would like to suggest, by the way, about what to use the second bedroom for. I have been informed of your goddaughter and thought a kid-friendly room might be in order.
Goddaughter, that's cute.
You read my mind. I was actually going to bring that up. Oh, that would just be so lovely, Marianne. That way, Kylie can bring her friends over as well.
Aww.
And a good friend of mine, Rochelle, is expecting a baby. So, why don't we think about putting a crib in there too?
Why would you put a crib in there for your friend's baby?
I can just imagine little ones running around, filling this place with the pitter-patter of their feet. We'd have to make sure they don't trip and fall on the stairs, though.
Aw, Hannah's happy face is happy. Makes me happy.
We won't be able to finish everything up until after the party, but we'll have it ready by then, so that all we need to do is to move in the furnishings.
Yes, that's plenty fine. It's not like we're in a hurry to have it. And we wouldn't want the workers to disturb the guests or the other way around, do we? Just make sure it's presentable. You know, in case a guest snoops about.
Of course. As for the kitchen you wanted, I've already negotiated for the high-end stoves and the hot and cold drawers, so on and so forth.
Wow.
I've got a friend who was able to customize them so that they'll look like the counters we'll be replacing and fit the rest of the interior. They'll be bringing them in today.
Why can't you people do anything right? Don't drag it. You'll scratch the wood.
Excellent. But no, really, how have you liked it so far?
Oh, it has been wonderful, believe me. Everything is going smoothly too. It has been a long time since I've worked on something on this grand a scale. Nowadays, everyone is about condos and flats, living in the city where every room is an identical box.
Damn.
Believe me, this is very refreshing.
We lived in a condo before this, Marianne.
Woo!
I didn't mean any insult.
It's fine, sweetie. Look at you, all frazzled. I was just pulling your leg.
Damn, Marianne fancies Hannah.
Luke wanted that penthouse when we got married, and you can thank him for purchasing this place as well.
She looks confused. Of course, she has every right to be. She has no doubt overheard me push that estate agent into the sale, making quite the aggressive offer. She saw me sign the papers for the mansion as well. I just had to scoff.
Don't be fooled. I'm just the treasury. I wouldn't be able to make a purchase this grand without his seal of approval.
Isn't her name on the house if she signed the paperwork?
I see.
That's it. That's all you have to say.
Yes, it wouldn't be appropriate to comment further.
Ooh.
It is unprofessional.
You know what? I like how professional Marianne tries to remain.
Unprofessional.
I can't help but let out a deep sigh as I stick a fork into the dish. I didn't want professional. I want someone who will either agree with me, even if it's just for the sake of agreeing, or someone who will try to talk some sense into me. Well, you shouldn't be talking to someone you've hired then. Someone needs a therapist. Neutral responses are so boring. There is no discourse in the middle ground.
The food is good. Best bubble and squeak.
Of course it is. Our kitchen staff only uses the freshest hand-picked ingredients.
You sound like an M&S advert.
Only the best for the rights.
Mr. Wright is not joining us?
No, he is far too busy bossing people around. He even refused to join me for breakfast earlier. Hence, this.
I see. My apologies. I really don't know what sort of response you expect to get from me.
Ooh, there is a clatter of silverware as I slam my hands on the table. It is frustrating. I am frustrated. At Luke, mostly. But Marianne's neutral professional answers are certainly irksome as well.
You're a human with feelings and opinions, aren't you? Don't give me this bollocks about being professional when we're having a nice friendly chat over a nice and friendly breakfast.
Oh, you know what? Good job, Hannah. Used the English slang correctly.
I can only talk about interior designs for so long, and I detest one-sided conversations, Marianne.
But I really don't know what to say, Mrs. Wright. We were talking of no topic in particular, and...
Luke. We were talking about Luke.
Were we? Talking about Luke not joining for breakfast.
About him not eating breakfast with you?
About him treating me as if I were some treasury.
Jesus, girl, stop slamming your hands on the table. It hurts my ears. I didn't realize that I shouted that out loud until it is too late. There was a stunned silence that settled before I slumped back into my seat. Hiding my face behind my hands, I can feel my shoulders shake. Breathe, I told myself. Calm down. But it is just so hard.
Honestly, sometimes I feel like he doesn't love me anymore. Oh, have I been so blind? Did he ever love me at all? Was our marriage all for the sake of saving his company and his wealth?
Yeah, probably.
Because?
Because?
Did I say all that out loud again? I'm sorry, they're sitting at a 90-degree angle to each other. Like, you'd sit opposite someone, right? That you'd be having lunch with. Breakfast. No, this is bad. Unacceptable. It has been rumored before, the real reason for our engagement, but if anyone were to know of this... Marriages of necessity to carry on political and financial power used to be a common thing, but the Evans-Wright union is the perfect happily ever after. Was supposed to be. It is true that we first met each other in order to discuss dealings, to make them then failing Wright Enterprise a subsidiary for Evans Incorporated. But I do remember being in love with him, and then there were times when he said he loved me back. Even if I'm not sure what the truth is now. It sounds like they need to go to couples counseling. Either way, I do not want the Wright name or the Evans name dragged through the mud because of a slip-up. And if Marianne so much as talked of this... Okay, I don't think that's going to go well, so I'm going to go with ask for silence. Marianne is a good sort, isn't she? Yay! I like Marianne. I like Hannah and Marianne. Yeah. I like Luke when we make him angry. Yeah. I don't like Ash. Marianne is a good sort, isn't she? So far, she has been reasonable and accommodating even towards Luke's ridiculous requests. Patient and professional, did it only extend to business? Or would she be able to understand that things like this are not as simple, not as clean as they are painted to be? Certainly I can talk to her. Ask for her.
I won't speak a word, Mrs. Wright. Not only am I contractually obliged to, it would also go against my principles. This is no one else's business but your own, and it should be kept between the two of you.
Also, Marianne slyly telling her to stop gossiping to her.
And whoever you wish to seek counsel from.
Never mind.
Please, Marianne. You have to understand. These sort of affairs. If anyone were to know this, they could just twist it and we'll be ruined. All I ask for is your silence on the matter.
If I am to be frank, Mrs. Wright, this isn't new for me. You aren't the first, and you certainly won't be the last to have complicated dealings. Unless what you're doing is illegal, I turn a blind eye.
Can I trust her? I mean, unless you're gonna do drugs.
If I wasn't in the same boat, I'd be trying to pry those secrets and gossip with you about them by now.
Oh, okay, so the video's gone on a little bit, so I'll end it here. I don't really know what else to say. I'm assuming it's starting to warm up. I'm pretty sure I actually know what happens in Hannah's story, and I'm going to try and not use that to influence my opinions. But yeah, I'll see you guys all in the next episode. I'm sorry, not much really happened this one. But yeah, everyone have a wonderful week, and I will see you all in the next episode. Bye!